Greetings, it's me. I'm back with part 3 of this Social Security disability fraud that's going on, and I wanted to go into like what they're doing and how they're getting away with this, because there's so much paperwork. I've been denied so many times, but I'm supposed to be approved, that I had to really get into what's going on. So I'm going to, well, we know from the previous videos that I am on disability. We know that the state of Washington has approved me. We know that the state of Washington has actually had me see 3 of their consultative psychologists, and they have examined me, and they've all concluded, one in 2013, one in 2015, and then one in 2017, that I don't need to be going back to work. Well, the qualifications for being on Social Security disability, or to qualify, is that you have to be disabled for 12 months and not be able to work for 12 months. That's a year. Well, I've been disabled since 2007, which is 12 years ago. I've applied for Social Security in 2013. I got approved for disability or being disabled at least for 24 months in the state of Washington in 2013. And I'm still on it. So that's 6 years. So we know I've way superseded the requirements needed. So I started trying to figure out like what's going on here. And it's been very difficult because they send you through the ringer and they make you go through the most. But I wanted to start with the fact that I'm on the ABD program, which we already know, but I'm going to go into this again. See the Age Blind and Disabled program for the state of Washington. And it said that in order for you to qualify, you must be disabled, right? And you have to meet the Social Security requirements. You have to apply for Social Security for one, and then you have to be disabled. Now right there it says what you have to be on the program. So the program is set up to facilitate for the the Social Security claims. If you are financially challenged, they have these situations set up where they can help you while you're waiting for Social Security. And they'll set it up to, you have the doctors, everything you need so you can get approved. The worksheets are very extensive, so, there ain't no question. Everything that the Social Security requires, the state of Washington has it set up that they have all those requirements met by the time you're on the ABD program. So the only thing you should really be doing is being shuffled through. Well, what they're doing in the state of the employees for the Social Security and the employees for the state of Washington, they're actually messing up people's files. They're actually tampering with the medical records and doing things to the files to get people's files denied. I personally think they're going back and stealing these people's identity and collecting the benefits somehow, or collecting something. And I'm saying this because of what's happening to me and how it's going down. And I made complaints about this, and I've put court cases out about this, about the fraud that's going on. And because there's so many people involved in it, they're all working together. So I wanted to first get into the denials. So these are all of the denials that I have gotten from Social Security. I got them in a little stack. I'm going to go through them. Starting in 2013. This was in September 2013. You see, they denied me. You see all the doctors they have listed that they got records from. And they denied me because they said, yeah, we see you disabled, but we think you may be able to go back to work. We don't know because I got hurt at work at the shipyard, but I have some clerical experience. So they're like, well, we don't know. You might be able to go back to work. Even though the doctors So I don't need to be going back to work, right? Because I have PTSD. So it's not only dealing with my hand, so typing and all that stuff, that's out the that's out the park. My hand almost got blown off. I can't even do anything with this hand. You know, I can function on a day-to-day basis, being very careful with it, but if I do too much with it, it's over with. It's down for like about a month, just for me overworking the muscles. And this is something that it's in all the medical records. You know, I had 3 surgeries on my hand. I almost died in Virginia behind my hand. So that was the denial they gave me in 2013. Okay, so that's an easy thing, you know, like, okay, well, we just have to go through the vocational specialist to figure out whether she can go back to work. So, and then they have the supplemental insurance. So you have the disability and the supplemental insurance. So the they denied me in the disability. That was September. No, they denied me of all of it. The supplemental and the disability. So I did a reconsideration because I was like, you know, y'all don't got the records. What's up? So I went back and redo the reconsideration. And they denied me again. This time, they didn't put all the medical records, right? They took some out. And they had this little weird reason as to why they denied me. But it still says, hey, you're messed up. We see you disabled, but we gonna choose not to give you the finances. Keep in mind, I'm on the State of Washington Age Blind and Disabled program, which meets all the requirements for Social Security. And they make sure you have the medical records because they send you to the doctor so that you do have the medical records. So there's a 4-step program with Social Security. First you apply. Then you get denied. Then you do the reconsideration. Then after reconsideration, you have to do the appeal. Well, the appeal takes 2 years. I think they say it's a mandatory 2-year wait for you to get through the appeals council. So I went through the appeals council. And I told them, like, look, hey, you know, you guys got all the medical records. What's the deal? You seen all the medical records that was listed on that list. And they told me that, no, I'm wrong. Let me get it right. The next step you go through is the hearing. So you have to go through a hearing. And it takes quite a bit of a time to go through the hearing. So the hearing takes about a year or 2 to get a hearing for real, for real. Well, I got in front of a judge after, not a judge, administrative law judge, after about, you know, a year and a half, 2 years, I was making complaints. I went to the senator's office and everything just to get this hearing. And at the time, I was in the middle of having foot surgery. By the time I got the hearing, about 2005. So 2013, they denied me. I'm still waiting. I'm on the little ABD program, you know. And as you see from the other videos, they didn't try to cut me off and do all this extra stuff, knowing I'm disabled and knowing everything going on with me. And they were wrong. But they still did it. This is the abuse and the terrorism and harassment going on in the state of Washington. So after when I went into the hearing, it was an administrative law judge named Laura Valente. And I went in and I had a case open up against her after all of this had happened, which they jerry-rigged that too. And I think I went into that on another video. But after she made her denial, and it took her almost like 3-4 months to do her whole denial. No, what it was I came in there, I was on some crutches. She said she didn't see the amount of disability that she needed to see. So she needed me to go back to the doctor. So they sent me to a doctor. I seen a Dr. Scarsborough. He evaluated my foot and my hand, and this is on the physical side, and said she don't need to be going back to work. And this is their doctor, okay? This is a Social Security's doctor. I didn't been to the state of Washington doctors and everything, but this Social Security doctor. And he said she don't need to go back to work. So that was in August. And then I think like maybe they gave me the denial like January. Okay, she waited all this time to give me a denial. And she wrote out this 20-page denial just with a bunch of horrible crap on it that didn't have anything to do with reality. And it bothers me to just think about it right now because I have so much paperwork on it. Because like I said, I went to court about it. So I wrote a big, I got pages and pages of documents I've written as to why this was the wrong thing for her to do. And they didn't even look at what I said because it's all being jerry-rigged. What they did was they told me I had to go to a hearing. The appeals. So I went to the appeals council. There's a notice of the appeals council. They're supposed to give you a denial and tell you why they denied you. These people gave no reason. You see that? They gave absolutely no reason. They're supposed to be looking to see whether she made any mistakes in law, mistakes in what she did and how she made her decision. It is so obvious that she made mistakes because there's the medical records that she was referencing they weren't even right. I'm trying to figure out. I got something in mind. So I'm not gonna go too much into that. Sorry, y'all. I didn't want to be sitting up here with a blank stare, but I wanted you guys to know this is how I got into the whole how it's taken so long because I've had to go through their process. So after you go through the appeals council, you have to go through court. So I applied in 2013. It's 2000 and what is it? When they did that denial, it was in 2017 May. So that's quite a few years to be waiting to go through the little 4-step process, right? But I'm still at it because I'm like, I got benefits. I got back pay. I'm still disabled. I need my benefits. And there's no reason why I shouldn't get it. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to figure it out. So what I did was I took it to court. I ended up going to court. And I think I went in on a video a little bit. But it was a whole big old court thing. And, I'm going to keep this information for another video because I don't even want to get into it in this one. But I went to court. I ended up losing for no good reason. Like I said, I'm gonna leave that on the other video that I have, the explanation. So what the next steps are, you can reapply. And you can reapply while you're in court too. I found all this out while I was making my complaints about what was going on. I found out that you could do all these different things. So, what I decided to do was go in and reapply, right? While I'm still in the middle of this court stuff. Because I was like, okay, let me see. I went to Senator Patty Murray's office and they told me you could reapply, so that's what I did. Here goes the denial from the reapply. That was in 2017. You see that? They denied me. And this is for they said they don't have any record of me being disabled from before March. I don't know if this is a good way to be showing y'all this because it looked like it was backwards. But it basically says the information you gave us does not show that there was any change in your health before March 2014, which is when my benefits are. Well, you see, in 2013, they got all these records. And these records date way, way back. And in this denial, they actually say you're disabled. We just think you might be able to go back to work. In this denial, they say, we don't have any record of you been even hurt from before 2014. So I'm like, okay, y'all really playing with my file. So that was in October of 2017. These are the medical records that they claim they had. Missing medical records. You see the CSO office, that's the community service office for the the welfare office. They're not doctors. They're not supposed to be having files, but they have medical records because at that time, I brought in my medical records to them. Right? They said they didn't have any medical records. That's Social Security. Well, let's go here. Well, when I did my, after they denied me for that in 2000, so I had to get my life right. After they denied me, and this recent one was December 2017, I did a reconsideration, and at this point, I went into the state of Washington. I went back through Patty Murray's office, and I wrote me a little statement as to why I need to be reconsidered. Here's the reconsideration. All that good stuff, right? And the senator's office sent this in, right? This stuff makes me mad. Well, and I sent in all of my medical records. And let me show you. When you go in to apply, you apply, right? You do the application, and then you put everything in there, and when everything is, you put all your information in the system. This is online. And then at the end, they give you this cover sheet, right? This is something that it got wet because I was watering my plants. But you see the cover sheet. You see right there, it says CSO April, or it says CR4, whatever that says. Approved April 4th. Not approved. It's just a stamp. It says April 4th, 2018. Well, this is the cover sheet they give you, and they tell you to put all your information in. Now look, at the bottom of this, I put in there how many medical records, how many pages was on there. You see that? I sent that in. That was April of 2018, which is last year, but not that long ago. They sent me my records back, right? This is the Auburn office. Now, this is where they told me to send the stuff to. This is their sheet that comes off of the internet. You see that Auburn office? That's them. They tell you to send that there. Okay. You see that? They sent my medical records back. That's this year. Or excuse me, last year, because it's January. Is it January? Yeah, January. It's not February yet. So that was in April of 2014. Well, in June, they denied me again. And this time, they claim these are all the medical records they received. You see those little three? No medical records. But they claim they got the CSO, which the CSO has all those 8 records, the 8 different doctors that was listed on that piece of paper. They have all those records as well. Like I said, they sent me my records. But as you see, the state of Washington, and I sent the stuff in next day mail. They sent it back to me in a regular envelope. Didn't even lick the envelope with my medical records in it. You see why my mail's being tampered? You know, these are my medical records. Came from the Auburn office. Auburn Social Security. So, why are my medical records on the file? I don't know. Why are they not in the file? I don't know. Why am I getting denied? Because the medical records are not in there. Who's doing it? The Social Security Administration and the DSHS. And the two entities work together. You see in the state the code of the law. The ABD program and the Social Security program work together. Their systems are combined. They can see into each other's system. If I get denied by Social Security, the welfare office can see it. So they all have interchanging systems. But for some reason, they don't have the medical records needed. And keep in mind, I saw a doctor October 2017, a psychiatrist in the state of Washington, CSO office. And the lady went and she reviewed the other doctors, because I saw 2 more. I saw in 2013, I saw a doctor. 2015, I saw a doctor. in 2017. And she's basically like, look, this lady don't need to keep on coming up in here getting recertified. What's up with y'all? And on her what is it called? Her diagnosis and her paperwork, she put on there, she's not going back to work. She needs to be on Social Security. She put it on the actual medical records. Like, if this is what you guys need to approve her, this is what I'm gonna give you what you need, since you seem to be not doing the right thing, and it's causing her even more stress on top of the other things going on with her life. But for some reason, the same entity that now is stealing my identity, the same entity that has tried to get me kicked off of the program, knowing I'm on the program, I'm just there, they can't kick me off. But it's these workers inside these programs doing this. And then I got a letter talking about, what is this? This is August 2018. So they have the supplemental insurance, and then they have the disability. So they denied me for the disability and denied me for supplemental, right? The supplemental, they're saying they denied me because I don't meet the qualifications, because they don't have anything in me being disabled before 2014, which we know that's a lie, because I've been on the state of Washington disability since April 2013. And those records have medical records from 2007. So this whole thing is a lie. And it's set up to put you in a loop where they could have you into economic slavery. This is financial economic slavery at its finest. You see that? You see how they said we denied you because of for the last reason why we denied you? And this letter say it's coming from Social Security, right? That's where it says it's coming. But it's really not coming from Social Security. It's really coming from this entity, the state of Washington Disability Determination Services. When you get denied for your benefits, it's because of whatever this entity has sent to Social Security. They work together like that. They just try to act like. So even though you get denied for Social Security and you got to go through a federal court to deal with a federal claim, in reality, it is the state making these determinations. It's the state that is the one who is giving the Social Security the whatever that they found, and Social Security keeps on sending my claim back with reconsideration. Like, look, in our files we have these records. How come you don't have them in your files? But when the denial comes through, it looks like it's coming from Social Security, but really it's coming from the state. And like I said, you can see they said they didn't have none of my records in the system, but they do. They have all of these records plus some new ones. And like I said, I sent them, and you can see it says they received it in April. My records. You see, all this was in an envelope. This is the cover sheet. All of those records right there, all those different pages. I wrote it down and I made sure I signed it and sent it in. That was in March. They sent them back, and they knew I was going through identity theft. You see where it says, you see if you think you have fraud. So how is it that when it's time to make a determination on my case, they don't have no medical records? And people who don't know nothing about anything, because I worked in medical billing, I worked in law offices, I worked in, I've done everything, okay? I didn't work at Pierce Pagoda, I didn't work at casinos, I didn't waitress, I didn't work at Denny's. I've done everything, okay? And I've never been fired, ever. But, when you work at these places, you kind of have an idea of what's going on and what's this and that. And that's why I was like, okay, something's going on with my file. How is it that some people know what's going on and some people don't? Bottom line is, the people in the state are creating all of these difficulties for people based on their supposed mistakes, and they're not mistakes. It's a part of a crime ring, like I said. That administrative law judge, Laura Valente, has multiple cases, at least 5 cases, that have made it to federal level. And I told you, federal level is It's years into the game for you to get into the federal level. You see what I'm saying? And she has got those cases overturned and remanded, where those people had to get their benefits. And they're all, the ones that I'm talking about, they're all mental health patients. So just imagine the amount of mental health patients that couldn't make it to the, to the court level. Because like I said, that's years of waiting. And when you're approved off the gate, and these people are on the ABD program, not all of them, but some of them are on the ABD program. Like I said, it's set up where you have to be disabled to even be on the program. You have to qualify for Social Security to even be on the ABD program. So this is a severe problem. I'm going to go into the next video. I'm going to go into what I have done in the meantime, besides go up into these offices and complain and be, keeping all this information on me, because, I got to figure out, what's going on. So I've been having all these paperwork. You see, this stuff been going on for years. I've had this paperwork for years because I'm trying to figure out, like, what have they done? What exactly are they doing? And I figured it out. And that's why I'm making these videos. But I wanted to, the next one is going to go into how many offices and departments I've actually went to try to get help. Okay, stay tuned. Peace.